Welcome to today's devotion. When I get to heaven, I really hope I have the opportunity to thank Mary for being the ultimate role model for women. Well, not just women, men too. It's incredible how at the age of, it must have been 14 or 15, she has that incredible experience of the angel Gabriel telling her that she will conceive and give birth to the Son of the Most High. And Mary responds not in doubt of how can I be sure, but in faith. How will this be? With a declaration of nothing is impossible with God. She's visited Elizabeth, and in that story as we read it, the babies leap for joy in the womb. And having had the privilege to have had 3 children, I can tell you it's an amazing experience when your baby moves about and leaps with joy. I recall so often sitting in church with the worship, my children moving about in the womb. They were worshipping, I'm sure. They were leaping about in response to all that they could hear, and I'm sure the Spirit of God. Well, in the encounter with Elizabeth and these leaping babies in the womb, Elizabeth tells Mary that she is blessed. And Mary knows it. She knows that she is blessed. And so we join today's reading where it says, "And Mary said," in response to this. So from verses 46 to 56 of Luke chapter 1. "My soul glorifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Saviour. For he has been mindful of the humble state of his servant. From now on all generations will call me blessed. For the Mighty One has done great things for me. Holy is his name. His mercy extends to those who fear him from generation to generation. He has performed mighty deeds with his arm. He has scattered those who are proud in their inmost thoughts. He has brought down rulers from their thrones, but has lifted up the humble. He has filled the hungry with good things, but has sent the rich away empty. He has helped his servant Israel, remembering to be merciful to Abraham and his descendants forever, even as he has said to our fathers." Mary stayed with Elizabeth for about 3 months and then returned home. Well, let's just briefly walk through these verses. Verse 46 shows how Mary brings her soul, which is her mind, her will and her emotions, into line with her spirit as she rejoices. Because of course we worship from our spirit. We bring our soul and our bodies into line. We worship in spirit and in truth. And Mary is in many ways the forerunner of this in this example, isn't she? She brings her soul in line with her spirit. And then we see in verses 48 to 49 that she is not afraid to step into her calling with humility. There's a recent worship song that we sing that has the line, "I am who you say that I am." And that's true here. Mary is saying, I am who you say that I am. I am blessed, and she's declaring it, and she knows who she is before God, and she's not afraid to say, I am who you say I am. And then in verses 50 to 53, she especially points out the attributes of God and what God is about and what he's doing, ending in verses 54 to 55 with the people of God. So she tells us and declares and says that the Lord is merciful to those who fear. That's not about being afraid, but those who fear him. He is merciful. She tells us that he has performed mighty deeds. She's experiencing that herself. She says that he has lifted up the humble, knowing herself that she has come from a humble place and therefore needs to remain humble. And she says that he feeds the hungry with good things. I think she was hungry for God. I think that's why she got to carry the Son of God in her womb. She was hungry for God. And in contrast, she brings some warnings, stating that he has scattered the proud, that he has brought down rulers from their thrones, that he has sent away the rich empty. Both beginning and ending in this song, she is declaring that the Lord is merciful from the beginning in the dealing with his people Israel, with Abraham and our fathers, from generation to generation. So what of us? Do we believe that nothing is impossible with God? Are we bringing our soul into line with our spirits in praise? Do we know who he says who we are? And are we singing praise, declaring who God is, whom we are in him, and his word over our generation in this particular time and in the future generations to come, just as he has been in the past? My encouragement to you is to begin to sing your song of praise in the way that Mary did. Be blessed, because you too are blessed.